Hello and welcome, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're still going to be going over Minecraft server stuff, but instead of going over specific plugins, I'm going to be showing you guys how to really make your servers really dynamic with your plugins, and if you want to have a theme, how to do such a thing, and how to really find plugins that will make your server the best. So what you're going to want to go to do is you want to Google search, then you're going to type in bucket, of course, as we always do. If I can type in bucket. So we're gonna go to bucket forums, of course, get plugins. And so my goal right now is I am gonna put up a server. Probably at the end of this series, I'll have it ready to go. I'll be going through like the whole process of how I make everything. And oh yeah, by the way, if you like the videos, please subscribe. It lets me know that you guys like the videos, and rate it up too. But anyway, so going in, I have a theme right now. I'm gonna kind of mimic Diablo 3, so I have a couple plugins in mind to do that, and so it should be pretty cool. Also, I don't have the best internet connection. I am going to be hosting this through a server that I have, and so I'm going to make it pretty much so that it'll be pretty lagless and should be pretty fun. Less building and more fighting. Level-based co-op stuff. It should be pretty fun. So first thing that I want to do is first plugin that I have in mind is Heroes. This will allow me to create the different classes that Diablo has, and I'll go to the bucket forum. Next thing that I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to have some sort of skill system, but I don't really want to use MCMMO. MCMMO and Heroes together is a little too much for people to use. So I'm going to want to find something that's based on your EXP. And I had this really good one. Let me look it up 1 second. And it's called EXP plugin. Here we go. So what this will do is going to make, and it's become inactive. Huh, that's interesting. Guess we're not going to use that. So what I want to do is I want to modify the amount of EXP that mobs drop. So I'll have to find another one on the spot. So if I go through these, I want to look for something that's going to say, yeah, configure the drop that everybody has. But I want, right now we're on 1.2.5. So I'm going to type in 1.2.5 up the top and then EXP to get me really like the ones that I want. And it doesn't look like that they really have anything at the moment. So I may have to rely on the XP if they have in game. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. I have another plugin that is based on EXP. Down here. It's called Better Leveling, and this is really what's going to replace MCMO, because this is simpler. You don't have to worry about it as much. See, what it's going to do is it's going to take your EXP level and give you chances to do different things. So some of this won't apply, like the insta break and the other one, but to dodge, to do other things, and then extra regen. So this will help the players when they're building, or not when they're building, because there won't really be a lot of building. There will be a building component to the server, but more kind of whitelisted, where you have to apply and then you'll build levels, and then people will play those levels. And then next thing that I'm gonna want is I'm gonna want a way to have some sort of barter system. I don't want people to be able to buy their own items. I want people to have them dropped by mobs. And then when they're dropped by mobs, then they can sell that item, and then so diamond swords become rarer. It's really hard to get a diamond sword, and then also different items that you can use. So first thing that we're going to do is we are going to type in we're going to type in Craft Bay, because that is the plugin that we are going to be using. So we're going to click Craft Bay, and this is going to allow us to sell items in an auction type setting with people's items. So it will be more controlled. Money will change hands through the players, and so we don't really have to worry about that. But it's going to need some sort of economy system. So personally, my favorite is always economy. That's the way that I've always used it, and that's the way that I'm going to keep using it. Next thing that I'm going to use, essentials, because essentials is really in my opinion, every server should have it. It's not something that all servers should have. I also want to limit the amount of plugins that I have, just so that we don't run into other problems. I'm also going to get a chest restock. Actually, no, we'll move into those plugins later. What else do I want to find? Okay, Izone. So then I can enable different things. It's kind of like World Edit, but it's updated more often. Actually, this one wasn't really updated, that question, or World Guard. Alright, we'll see which one was updated first. World Guard. I think Izone was updated more recently. Yeah, it was. So we're gonna stick to Izone. I've used Izone in the past, and I really like it. It's much easier to configure. It's much easier to control, and also it helps with the creative mode, where we're going to allow people to have different creative options, so they can build levels and really help push the server forward. Next thing that we're going to want is some sort of mob loot, which is the mob loot plugin, which I can affect what they drop, and this will give me the ability to let them drop diamond swords and drop other things that will help them. Next thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to have some sort of way to control the spawning of monsters, and this one I'm going to use Monsterpocalypse, because this is going to be able to make our levels more effective, because this way I'll be able to really control where they spawn, affect where they're spawning. But this one actually says World Guard support, complete control of health, damage, item drops, so I won't actually need the mob loot with this plugin. And which one was updated first? This one was updated April last time. This one was updated March. So I'm actually probably going to want to change this plugin. So we're going to want to affect it. We're going to type in mob, advanced mob spawning. That sounds pretty good. What are the features? Spawn mobbing command, change mob spawners, but that's just sounds like it's just affecting mob spawners. Yeah, I don't think I want that. See, this is really the process that I'm trying to show you guys, of picking out different things to make your server better. You want to identify themes that you're going to go after, and other things, but we need to find this mob plugin. I think I'm going to go 1.2.5 again, just so that we narrow down the list. We don't really want to breed mobs. Mob rain, not really needed. Disable. We don't want to disable mobs. Entity suppressor, we don't really want that. It doesn't seem like there's really going to be any sort of choice. I'm going to come back here. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with this one, because this is really the only plugin of its kind that works the way it does. But that's pretty much it for this episode. Next episode, which I'll be doing right after this one, we'll be finding more plugins, and then we'll bring them all together and we'll make them work together. So anyway, subscribe if you liked it, and come back next time.